About what it says is the National Prosecuting Authority's unreadiness to proceed with its trial against the former president. It said it was disappointed that there would be no court appearance in Pietermaritzburg this week. The statement adds that while the media accuses Zuma of delaying tactics, it's actually the NPA that isn't ready to proceed. To find out what this is all about, we're joined by SABC political reporter Samkele Maseko. Samkele, thank you for joining us. Tell us more about the statement released by the foundation today.
The statement essentially relates to the former president's fraud and corruption and money racketeering charges that he's currently facing in the Pietermaritzburg High Court, the Regional Court, particularly surrounding the arms deal procurement that South Africa embarked on in the early 90s, and it essentially says that former President Jacob Zuma has been accused in the media and in the public domain of applying the so-called Stalin grenade tactic of delaying his legal case or appearance in a court of law over these fraud and corruption charges. It is in fact the NPA that has lied to society in saying that they are ready to prosecute the former president, but in fact it is the state and it's the NPA that is not ready for this particular case to go ahead. It reads in point here, quote, "No one is accusing the NPA of the Stalingrad, even as it is clear that their claim that they were ready was obviously false." End of quote. That is the statement from the Jacob Zuma Foundation, essentially saying that the NPA is the one that is not ready to prosecute the former president, and the former president is ready to have his day in court over the issues of the fraud and corruption that allegedly took place when South Africa was acquiring its arms in that controversial arms deal that eventually got Sabir Sheikh convicted for fraud and corruption. That former President Jacob Zuma is currently in court with the NPA, and he is co-accused. That would be Talis, the former president, in his statement to the Jacob Zuma Foundation, going on to say that the state and Talis must sort out their issues for in which that is negatively affecting the former president, as his case cannot go ahead until Talis and the NPA have sorted out their legal disputes.
So Samkele essentially saying that the president is willing and able to have his day in court, and he's being messed around by the authorities.
Essentially, that's what the Jacob Zuma Foundation is saying, is that the former president is ready to go to court. Remember that our colleague in KwaZulu-Natal, Ayanda Mshongo, has been covering this story very well and has been up to task with the various issues that have been plaguing and developments going into this criminal case on fraud of the former president when it comes to the issues of the arms deal procurement. The former president's foundation is now essentially saying that it is the state and the NPA that is not ready to prosecute him. For instance, I'll go to one of the quotes here. It says that, quote, "Ordinarily our courts should remove the matter from the roll until the NPA and Talis have finalized their dispute. However, it appears that such a call would be a waste of time, as our courts would never decide in a manner that would be perceived as being soft on Zuma." End of quote. Essentially saying that they will not even approach the courts to have this matter struck off the roll due to the state not being ready to prosecute the former president. Remember, over the years, the NPA has said that they are ready to prosecute the former president. You remember when the charges were reinstated by the former National Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Sean Abrahams, the particular matter was still registered in the court. Well, the NPA have said they are ready, but it turns out that they are not ready, as being alleged by the former president's foundation. The matter was meant to go back to court on the 8th of September in Pietermaritzburg, but it's no longer going ahead due to some issues that are currently plaguing over some disputes between Talis and the National Prosecuting Authority.
Yeah, I think South Africans are just watching and amazed that it seems like another year will go by with this matter not playing out in an actual trial. Thank you very much for that wrap. That was SABC political reporter Samkele Maseko. All right, we take